Welcome back to Pilates by Christine. Let's grab an exercise ball for this workout. We'll keep it low intensity today, some good hip opening and full body release stretches with light back and abs work mixed in. This one will feel great after a long day or anytime you need some stress relief. Let's come down to a seated position, hips folded back to the heels, ball in front of you. Some slow rolling stretches to start. Bend the arms to roll the ball towards you. Then inhale, lengthen through the spine and the arms, rolling the ball out. Hips stay attached to the heels. Exhale, begin to curl up through the spine, stacking the shoulders over the hips. Inhale, peel down, stretch away, big yummy stretch for the back. Exhale, belly button in, roll through the rib cage, stack the shoulders, raise the head. Begin to smooth out, rolling all the way out, full stretch. Coordinating your breath, exhale to roll up. Inhale, roll out, bringing ourselves to the mat, calming our body, finding presence. Final roll back in. Lift the hips up. Bring the ball closer to you, placing the hands on top of it. I'm rolling out. This time I'm keeping my hips raised and my back flat, getting a deeper stretch through the shoulders. We focused on a spine roll with the ball on the last exercise. This is a flat back stretch. Just easing into this workout. Taking time to move gently. Find our focus. We'll take time here for a full warm-up, getting through all the major joints of our body. 2 more times, roll out. Exhale, roll in. Keep the hips lifted. 1 more. Roll out. And slowly roll up. Lift that ball all the way overhead. Let's add a little rotation work. Lower the ball to one side, swinging it across the hip. Big stretch up to the other side. And lift. Our shoulder stretches got us ready for this one. To lift that ball overhead with ease. Shoulders are warmed up. The back is warmed up. More abs warm up here. Adding in layers of movement. Four more times. Two more. Press it overhead. Lower the ball down. Bring 1 foot forward to a split kneel. Back to our rolling. This time the roll gives us a hip stretch as we roll away. Big hip stretch and roll back up. Front knee stays over the front foot. If you find that you've got good flexibility here and your front knee is going over your front toe, then just adjust the back leg back farther so you don't put any excess pressure on that front knee. We want a good stretch as well as some balancing and coordination. Last one on this side, letting those hips Get warmed up, stretched out. Roll the ball in front of you. Pop up to an extended lunge, my back knee's off the mat, and then use the ball for support in front of you. If you are tighter through the hips or the legs, doing this extended lunge with something to hold on to, like the ball, for support is going to be your best friend. I'm going to add in some knee dips down and up. You can still hold the stretch or you can add in the knee dips. If we want the benefits of actually getting loose from our stretches, we do need to hold them long enough for the nervous system to calm down and let us relax. Let's finish that side. Lower the knee back down and do one more exercise before we switch to the other foot. It's our lift up and our swing across like we did on both knees. We have the option to add a little arm bend at the top for triceps. We swing across to the hip, lift overhead, hold the elbows if you want, and swing across. This is a balance challenge. You can go slow to make sure that you can do this without falling over. One side, I can almost guarantee you one side is going to be better than the other. So if you have a lot of wobbles here, don't worry. It might be your tricky side. Two more times. Across and up. Last one. Optional triceps extension. Place the ball down, pull the hip back for a hamstring stretch on that front leg. We'll do this one only about 10 seconds. You can roll up and switch feet. Even ourselves out. Start with the shoulder roll, the flat back, all the way out to stretch the shoulder. Roll back in. You want to keep the motion happening at the upper body, basically the whole torso, so you can move through the spine, but you'll want your legs and hips to stay still. Checking that front knee, that it's over the front foot, not too far. Rolling out about 8 to 10 times so you can loosen up. Time for about 2 more rolls. Stretch out, pull it in. Last one. Right here, roll it out. Exhale to roll in. Tuck the back toes underneath. Ball comes forward. Press up into your extended lunge. Love this stretch with the ball. Holding it here about 30 seconds, then I'll give you the option to add in the knee bend if you'd like. You can start taking a little knee dip down. It doesn't need to touch the mat, or it can just lightly tap it. It helps take the work off that front leg, even though we're doing a stretch. It's a lot of work in this stretch to hold yourself up. One more knee bend. Tap down, stretch it up. Everybody's gonna lower down together. Roll the ball to the side. One more set of arm swings. Take it from the hip, raise it up, lower down all the way across. Exhale up. You can add in the optional elbow bend at the top for the triceps extension work. For me, this is my tight hip side, and it's harder for me to rotate, so I decided to just focus on the arm swing on this side. That way I know I'm keeping the control where I need to. Targeted work through my rotation. If you feel your hips starting to loosen up, you can stretch forward a little bit more. That's always good when that happens. 2 more times. And lift it overhead, lower down. Little hamstring stretch, popping the hip back, resting forward about 10 seconds. It felt so good to open with this full body stretch, restorative set. We're going to go into our light abs and back work next. You can sit on top of the ball, place the knees over the feet, shoulders over the hips. Give me 8 arm circles back. Wrap it around, just big arm circles, making sure you're comfortable balancing on that ball. We are sitting on an unstable surface, so we need to let our nervous system know what's going on. Give it a second to adjust. Then switch 8 circles forward. Hopefully you're doing this without any major wobbles. You're feeling stable and confident on this ball. Last circle around. Lower the hands down. For the next exercise, we're going to be walking out. You want to check the height of your ball here. As long as my hips are either slightly above or in line with my knees, then I know I'm on the right size ball. If your ball's a little too big, you'll be higher up, and that's just something to note for the future, that you might want to get a different size ball. I'm walking out very slowly to my shoulders being supported fully by the ball. Then I'm going to curl up as I walk back in. You can do the arms folded across the chest. If that one feels like you are wobbling a lot, then you can just hold the hands out wherever it helps you balance, and just practice a few times walking out and in. Slowly figuring out how your body can best coordinate this. Make sure that you are not on a slippery surface, which you will have discovered right away. If you are not on a sticky surface, a mat usually works just fine. Grip socks also work great. All right, let's walk it all the way out to those shoulders. Your head will likely not be on the ball. You can just fold the hands behind the head. And then we're gonna try some abdominal curls. Just lift up, exhaling. You don't have to lift all the way up into a sit-up. Just a little bigger than what you would think of for a normal ab curl. I always give the advice that you want to be able to see the ceiling when you come back, and you're not arching into a back bend. My shoulders are either above my hips or in line with my hips. It's the safest place to start in this supported position without arching too far back. Just doing about 8 ab curls here. We'll work through a few different exercises, but you can feel already how challenging it is just to do a short set of these ab curls. It had been a while since I'd done any of those, so I was feeling it for sure. Next exercise, lift those hands up to the ceiling, palms together. We lift and cross over, lower down, exhale up, cross to the other side, outside of the thigh, and lower down. This one's called the wood chop, side to side. Knees should be at 90 degrees. Lower back without arching too far. Two more times. Across and back. Across and back. Next ab curl variation, we're circling out, reaching up into our curl, back with a circle overhead. Exhale, circle out to help you lift up. Inhale, circle back to lower. See if this variation helps you with the curls on the ball. It should help the balance with our arms out there for more stability. 10 times. These ones are going slower. Two more. The great part about doing abs on the ball is you don't have to do tons of exercises to get in a really effective workout. Last one, reach it overhead, then roll yourself up. You can walk back to your seated position. Then you might want to come back all the way to the end of your mat here to give yourself more space to walk out, because we're going all the way to the head this time, hips off for some bridge dips. So my shoulders, my neck, my head are fully supported, my glutes are squeezed, my knees are at 90 degrees, straight line down the shins to the feet. Slowly lower the hips. Dipping down, the ball will roll a little bit with you. It should feel really secure. Then we press back up into our tabletop bridge. Lower down. Think about the hips trying to reach for the ball versus lowering towards the feet. So I want a little bit of a back stretch, or at least the visualization of the stretch. It's going to be more effective for you to either dip the hips straight down or think about reaching the back of the pelvis for the ball rather than just collapsing into the knees. Holding the arms wherever it feels best for balance. These feel so good. We get to do a couple more. Very effective glute exercise here. 2 more times. Lower down. Exhale up. 1 more, lower down. Exhale, lift. Stay right here. Point the fingers to the ceiling. You can push the palms together. It's a shoulder rotation over to one side. It'll be small, and then rock over to the other side. Great upper back stretch and rotation. Just going with the shape of the ball, wrapping around, working with whatever space you can find to comfortably move, rotating for the stretch and the obliques work. And yes, your glutes are still working too. Keep those hips up, knees over the ankles. Finish your last rotation. Walk your feet in. Walk yourself back up. Roll the ball forward. Let's do a little back work next. You can pull that ball all the way up close to your hips, tucked to the thighs. Lean forward so you can tap your fingers on the floor. Hips are most likely over the knees. If you feel like you're slipping here, I'm going to start demoing the exercise, lifting one arm at a time. But if you feel like you're slipping, you can go to a wall and just place your feet against the wall. That'll also help if your ball is not quite the right size for you, like if it's too big, which is no problem. You just need to modify. Our back stretch and back work right here is lifting with a little rotation, one side to the other. This one seems so simple, but it's amazing back work. We always think about pairing our rotations with the obliques work, but we can rotate to work the back too. And this is one of the best ways we can do that with our Pilates work. Try the next exercise with me. Arms come out to the sides. I lift off like I'm taking flight. I reach forward, keeping the hands up. Open and lift back. You can reach those hands as back as far as you'd like to. Circle forward. Wave the arms back. Lift off. Big back extension. Reach forward, keeping the hands at the level of the head. Lifting up, lengthening to reach, stretching forward. Plenty of time for a full set if you want to slow it down. Give yourself time to work into the big extension. Use all the space you can find. One more time. Wrap it back. Imagine you're flying. Reach forward and lower the hands down. Next, we're trying rollouts back to more abs work. Really awesome stabilizing exercise. We're rolling out, letting the first one be smaller, and you can leave the hips kind of where they are just to test it out. Then start to progressively roll out like you're aiming for a full plank from the knees. So we roll out, try to get a straight line from the shoulders to the hips to the knees, but you can take your time getting comfortable, getting out there. Once you find your challenge point, continue with about 8 to 10 repetitions, rolling out. If you feel like you get a little stuck at the end, just push into the ball, drive those elbows down, pressing the forearms to lift you and help you roll back. This is one of my absolute favorite exercises. If I could only do one exercise with the ball, this would be it. I love it so much. Time for one more rollout. And exhale, roll in. Let's try some kicks. Come back all the way over, this time with the legs straight, shoulders above the wrists. Ball will be more comfortable the closer it is to your hips rather than on your tummy. We're lifting up one leg into a kick and the other leg up. 16 times. Lengthen. With this position on the ball, we know that we are keeping our neutral spine. So good to build that awareness here, to feel how we can actually move at the hip socket without moving the back. Last set of kicks. Roll yourself back. And for our challenge component, we're going to try a couple different ways to plank on the ball. You can walk it out. The closer the ball stays to my hips, the more supported I am. You can hold your plank here or add some quick push-ups with me. That ball could be under my hips, it could be under my thighs. If you're not used to planking on the ball, you might just want to hold it for now. Otherwise, do this quick set of push-ups with me if you're able. Two more. Down. Exhale, lift. And down. And lift. Walk it back. Then you can try that same level plank under the hips or thighs, or you can try closer to the feet, maybe to the shins this time. I won't do the push-ups. I'm just gonna walk all the way out. You might need to do a little tuck to press that ball back into your full plank. Hold it there. Straight line from the head to the shoulders to the hips to the feet. Option to add some rolls, tucking those knees in, rolling back out to your plank. Keeping the shins in full contact on the ball. The next level up would be a pike where you'd go up to the toes, which is like 10 times harder than the rolls. So let's make sure we master those knee tucks first. This is my last roll. Walk the hands back to come off the ball, and one more exercise to complete our workout. Sit tall, lift the ball overhead, knees are bent, do a half roll back. Exhale to lift it all the way up. Your arms are working, shoulders working, back working. abs working. Roll back, scooping the belly. Exhale, lift all the way up. Keep the toes connected to the mat, feet firmly connected to the ground. Last exercise, rolling back, combining the ab and back work that we just worked through. Want to take it up and hold it for me? We can do a boat pose. We just did one of those. In our other class, you can lift up to a teaser. That one was too much for me today, so I'm holding that boat pose. Hanging out right here. It's just our final 30-second hold. You're almost there. Bringing it all together. Stretch those legs out. Scoot back if you need to. We're doing one stretch together today since we did a lot of stretches earlier. We can just do the one forward stretch, relax over the ball. I hope you enjoyed our stability ball workout. There will be lots more to come. Just make sure you let me know that you have a ball and you like doing these kinds of workouts. There's all kinds of variations we can do. Have a great rest of your day. Let me know how it went in the comments below, and I'll see you next time.